Prime Minister asked the newly commissioned Navy officers to stay prepared to deal any natural disaster. No major change will come from the party's 22nd National Council, said Ubaidul Qadir. BNP MP Harun Rashid has submitted his resignation to the Speaker Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry. If major political parties do not participate in the election, the acceptability will be reduced, said CEC. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to MyTV News. I am Farhani Yasmin with you in the newsroom today, watching headlines. Now the details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina asked the newly commissioned Navy officer to stay prepared to deal any natural disaster in the country, being imbued with the quality of honesty, leadership and self-sacrifice. Navy men have to be prepared always to face any disaster alongside protecting the country's sovereignty, standing soldier to soldier with the Army and Air Force members, she said. The Premier was addressing the winter president parade of the passing out cadets of the Midshipman 2020 Alpha Batch and the Direct Entry 2022 Bravo Batch of Bangladesh Navy at Bangladesh Naval Academy at Pothenga in Chattogram, mentioning that Bangladesh is a disaster-prone country. She said Bangladesh Navy always stands beside people and takes a part in a rescue operation and relief distribution efficiently during any disaster. Awami League General Secretary Ubaidul Qadir has said that no major change will come from the party 22nd National Council slotted for December 24. Ubaidul Qadir came up with the comment while talking to the journalist after visiting the council venue, the historic Sohrabdi Udyan in Dhaka on Thursday, about preparation for the council. He said they are taking preparation for the gathering of at least 1 lakh people on the day of the council. The new committee will be formed as per the opinions of 7,000 councillors of the party, he said. BNP members of the Parliament Harun Rashid, who was elected from Chapai-Nawabganj 3 constituency, he has submitted his resignation to the Speaker Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry today. He was accompanied by former parliamentarian Musharraf Hussain and GM Shiraj. After submitting their resignation letter, Harun Rashid said that he has resigned to speed up the ongoing movement against the government on the party's decision. Earlier on December 11, 5 BNP members of parliament have submitted their resignation. Commission had a dialogue with all political parties, says the Chief Election Commissioner Kazi Habibullah Awal, where BNP was also invited there. But they have clearly stated in the advance that they do not respect the government and the present commission. He said this while talking to the journalist after the Chief Election Commissioner and Secretary exchanged a meeting with the government officials and Election Commission officials in Patuakhali District Commissioners Conference Room today. He said still there will be an appeal to them that the party participate in the election. The CEC also commented that if major political parties do not participate in the election, the acceptability of the election will be reduced. The UN Security Council has adopted a resolution on the situation in Myanmar for the first time. The issue of solving the Rohingya problem has been given priority by highlighting various issues including political instability, a state of emergency and release of prisoners in the country. When a vote was called on the resolution, it was approved by the vote of 12-0. No members voted the proposal. However, China, India and Russia abstained from voting. Later, the United Arab Emirates, France, Mexico, Gabon and Norway in their statement demanded a strong role of the Security Council in solving this problem. According to the Parliament Mission of the United Nations, this resolution is an expression of the strong support of the most powerful organ of the United Nations to the position of the Bangladesh government on the Rohingya issue. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina never forgets the contribution of the freedom fighters like Bangabandhu, says the Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal. He said freedom fighters can enter the Secretariat building once a week by showing their card. He said this at the reception ceremony of the heroic freedom fighters and martyrs' family members on the occasion of Great Victory 2022 at Krishibid Institution, Bangladesh Auditorium in the capital today. The Home Minister also commented that the descendants of Mir Jafar are still alive who cannot tolerate the freedom fighters, so they are making various kinds of conspiracies. At least 2 people have died after being hit by the Dhaka-bound Nilsagar Express train at Kalihati in Tangal. The railway police recovered the bodies of the victims. The incident took place in Hatia area of Dhaka North Bengal railway line last night around 2:30 am. Locals say that the deceased were heading towards Pabna in a private vehicle when the private car fell on the side of the highway late at night. While trying to rescue the private car, Shagor and Shoji were killed when they were hit by the train while scrambling on the railway tracks. Later in the morning, the railway police came to the spot and recovered the body. Viewers, now international news. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky made a historic speech in the U.S. House of Congress. In this speech, he sought continued financial assistance from the United States. The president of the Ukraine commented that the money given by the American people is not a charity but an investment in global democracy and security. He also said that despite the brutal war, Ukrainians will celebrate Christmas this year. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky assured that the light of their faith will not be extinguished even if there is no electricity. Zelensky firmly stated that Ukraine will maintain its position and will not surrender. The World Health Organization (WHO) has also reported a new outbreak of COVID-19 in China. Worryingly, the country's hospitals are overflowing with the patients. The head of emergency situation of WHO, Dr. Ryan, called China to provide more information on the latest outbreak of the virus. The number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise after China lifts restrictions. The high death rate, especially among the elderly, has increased at an alarming rate. At a press conference in Geneva, WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom said he was concerned about the growing situation in China. We are about to end the headlines once again. Prime Minister asked the newly commissioned Navy officer to stay prepared to deal any natural disaster. No major change will come from the party's 22nd National Council, said Ubaidul Qadir. BNP MP Harun Rashid has submitted his resignation to the Speaker Shirin Sharmin Chaudhury. If major political parties do not participate in the election, the acceptability will be reduced, said CEC. Ukraine President Zelensky made a historic speech in the U.S. House of Congress. Bangladesh was all out, scoring 227 runs in the first innings against India on the first day of the second test. Thanks for being with us. To join with MyTV News online, visit YouTube/mytvbd news. To watch all our programs, visit YouTube/ myTV Bangla, Facebook/myTV Bangla. Our next bulletin will be telecast 7:30 p.m. Stay connected and Allah Hafiz.